Could be
Turner or something.
It could be Motown. I'm not sure. I watched that documentary on the Temptations.
That's the beat, right?
Not it's not a documentary, but I watched the made-for-TV movie about the Temptations. It's like, it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours long, and it shows them like throughout their like getting signed and all this stuff in Motown and doing it Detroit style, and these black kids getting these pompadours and all these crazy white guy haircuts, because
I tell you what,
they kind of had to like assimilate, if they wanted to shop music to both crowds, you know.
And we needed Motown. We definitely needed
Oh
Motown.
God, I mean, without Motown, I mean, that the whole time I was watching that,
it ties
that
a
movie,
lot of stuff together.
I'm just like, God, I mean, the precedent they set, you know, the Supremes, fucking, even when Stevie Wonder joined, I mean, just amazing stuff. Barry Gordy knew what he was doing, guys.
And because of O-Town, we wouldn't have Orlando, right?
Exactly, O-Town, exactly. Guys, they call it a breeze. Only one way to do it. Let's get to it. Let's go!
October 11th, October 12th, and 13th, and 14th, I was intoxicated. I drank all of those days. I drank.
That does sound good.
Go!
Guys,
Dude,
welcome in.
The season's right around us.
Oh,
We're
shit.
halfway to the season.
We're there. We're halfway to the season.
The spooky stuff.
The
Dad,
spooky season.
We're talking about
the spooky stuff and the smells. A lot of smells and a lot of, you know, the leaves, they fall and they turn the colors and stuff, and it's beautiful.
Iguanas stop falling out of trees.
It is
semi-dead, you know.
It is May the 8th. I hope you guys all had a great Cinco de Mayo. Just another excuse for Americans to celebrate other people's Independence Days that they don't even celebrate.
That's absolutely what they said on the radio.
That's it.
Whatever.
I mean, just celebrating Cinco de Mayo is basically like, we don't even celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
For the beer. That was for the
that's
beer
an American
companies.
holiday now.
Fucking Corona just like
It's
came
the
up
beer,
with it.
yeah,
It
it's
was
the
like,
beer
yo,
company.
dude.
Yeah, definitely the beer holidays.
We know that
Dos
Americans
Equis like, hey, can we get in too, man? And fucking tequila starts coming around the corner. Before you know it, nachos are like, well, they're gonna need something to eat, man. So like everybody just jumps on, man. It's just like,
let's get these
gringos drunk, man.
He
Let's
sounds
get
like
these
Cheech
fucking
Marin.
gringos drunk, man. We'll feed them nachos and shit all night.
All right, last
know,
time I
man.
let you in, you wrecked the place.
I got some basil and oregano. I'm
All
gonna
right.
try to sell one of those
I'll
gringos.
Hey,
I'm just gonna let three in. All right.
You just be quiet and let me talk to him, man.
I pulled this out my old lady's spice cabinet, man. I'm gonna make some gringo think it's weed
That's
later.
just that's oregano, man. It's
Guys,
not really what you think it is.
They call
Shut up, man. I
us
told
the breeze, guys. Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra, off to a hot start. This is episode 198. This one is for May the 8th, the year of our Lord 20 and 25. Just make sure you guys are going to tigercagemedia.com. Check us out Facebook. They call us the breeze. And of course, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing and ringing that little bell for notifications on our YouTube channel. That's Tiger Cage Media.
And also tune in every Sunday. This coming Sunday, we're going to do for official.
The extra ones were for the white smoke.
That's it.
I didn't tell you boys
yeah.
this.
Thank God we don't have to watch that for another 5 days.
Here we go.
But SunPass asked us exclusively if
do a
we
little-
wanted to do Sunday morning traffic. And I said yes.
All right, so we just got to be here at like fucking 8 a.m. on Sundays now.
Down at the bridge.
And guess what? I didn't ask for anything.
Perfect. What a deal maker.
What?
Guys, this episode sponsored by the Red House.
Black people and white people
That's right.
buy furniture.
We love it, and we thank you for your sponsorship and patronage and listenership as we go about this journey for episode 198. We have a lot to talk about.
Did you
per
know
usual.
that the Red House, in addition to furniture, they have added a sporting goods department in their stores?
I believe you mentioned that maybe 2 podcasts ago, but I forgot about it, so I'm glad to know about it because I am in the market for some pickleball gear. So probably just head on down to the Red House. Yeah.
What would be your number?
And they have targets too.
9.
And
9's always my number. 9's the magic number. It's Paul Correa's number. I just kind of adapted it when I was in roller hockey. I was like, oh, like
what
Paul
if you
Correa.
get thrown on your back?
He was a defenseman. He was a defenseman.
Dude,
I was a defenseman.
that was a good person.
What if you smash somebody in the boards and you end up flipping over backwards because you hit him so hard, and then they say
And they get
the
2 different
penalty
photos
is on
of
number
me.
6.
And they get the press gets 2 different photos of me. One right before I go. The press gets 2 different photos of me. One before I go ass over tea kettle, and the other one when I'm ass over tea kettle. And the
third one, you getting carted
They show
off
the
in
pictures
an
side by
ambulance.
side
Oh.
in the press, in the newspaper.
We get you.
and it just ends up becoming
69, dudes!
And it's you on you.
Exactly.
That's pretty gross.
Local.
No, I'm just saying you get two photos of me. One's up, I'm
I
upside
get
down,
it.
and
I
the other
know.
one I'm right.
How close are the photos?
I mean, we're on the bench. It's a far shot, and they're
Oh.
just catching me tumbling over the sideboards.
Now, what age are we right now?
We're 11. We've grown into the highest we're going to be. Tallest, I should say.
They're like,
we
this
grew into the highest where we're going to be way later. But
they're
tallest.
like the last interview we
You
got
haven't
from
even grown into that yet.
the last interview we got from Jeremy Brechak, it's just black and white cut too. Like, well, I think we're gonna put pucks on net. We're gonna try to do everything we need to do out there, and we're gonna make sure that we
got a
put
great
everyone
club here,
going.
and got a great club here, and I believe in all the guys, and they're a good team too out there.
They really don't have anything on us.
I think
Next
pucks
season-
on
Don't get
net.
them the wrong idea.
Pucks on net. I think just trying to keep it out of our zone. Try to get as much puck time as we can, and I think
And
that's
I
pretty
like
much it.
chicken. I mean,
Is that Cooper?
Thank you.
Does he sniff
You
that
bet.
much?
No, it's just every hockey. It's just a joke. They're just, they're coming off cold ice and they're all of a sudden warm and they just snot.
Oh, yeah.
So they're just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
make sure they're tight. And then they always go, "Thanks, Dave. You bet." And then they all say,
Oh,
"You
Dave
bet."
Michigan.
They
Yeah.
all say, "You bet," and then they walk off, like trudge off in their fucking ice skates. It's the greatest thing ever.
I started rewatching Shoresy 4.
Fuck yeah, dude! I still can't stop watching the Don Cherry. I've seen it 200 times, man. I put it on. It's like my comfort blanket right now, dude. I just put it. It's Jared Keeso.
He does this, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Jared Keeso and Tyler Johnston, who plays Stuart in Letterkenny. He also plays a younger version of Don Cherry in the second part.
So what do you think your thing is going to be for the winter and
Dude,
spooky seasons?
I saved a photo of well, this is unrelated, but I mean, if we're talking about additions to the house, I saved a photo of Don Cherry skating the one game he played, the one playoff game he played for the Boston Bruins.
I thought you making
called up from
making
the
an addition to
and
the
he's
house.
a young cat, and it's a photo of him like leaning hard, and the puck's like going with him, and then it's like black background, like someone blacked it out, and it's like a cool ass photo, but it's like an old time, and we're talking like 50s photo, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get an 8x10 on that for the bar, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening to me, dude?
You could probably get a nice, actually signed. I mean, he was in media
Oh,
for a long
I mean,
time.
there's a
You
couple
could probably
things.
get something signed, right?
But this was just badass because he's actually wearing a Bruins jersey and he's in motion skating with the puck, and it's like that was his one. Like he went. Someone gave him a shot for the Leafs to come on, and he did training camp, and he was trying to get noticed.
When did he? How old is he?
Well, he stopped.
He's retired, right?
He stopped playing around like the 70s and started coaching
so he's in
AHL.
Esposito's time.
So he stopped playing minor leagues around the early 70s, and then he went on to coach AHL for a while, and he was voted AHL Coach of the Year. And then after that, the Bruins gave him a gig for 4 years. He was there for the year that they traded Esposito, and so the whole team was pissed at him
Yeah.
because they didn't know if he had anything to do with it or not. And the movie I watched kind of makes it vague, so you're not sure. And then the next year, they trade Bobby Orr.
Stupid mistake. Well, how old were they? Were they?
Well, Bobby Orr's, that's when his knees really started fucking up. And like he retired at age 30 because he had a bunch of knee issues. And it's it's like 79. They don't have the technology we have nowadays.
And Esposito, I mean, he was around 40 something, right?
Yeah,
So, that would have been
when he retired, he had
Goodbye.
he got drafted by the New York Rangers and continued out his career there. And I think he played maybe one season for the Blackhawks and then retired. And then Orr went to the Blackhawks, and then he ended up somewhere for like 1 year maybe, and then stopped.
Well, he played with Boston for a while, right?
Well, that's just it. They played with Boston from like 66 to about 75 or 6, so about 10 years.
Did Tony play for Chicago the whole time? Because I
Who's?
think they both played for Chicago at one time. His brother's a goaltender, right?
Yeah,
he stayed at Chicago.
his younger
probably.
brother, I believe he was pretty much Blackhawks the whole time, right? Because if you go
Esposito?
into Engine 9, the younger Esposito,
Oh yeah, Joe or something.
Tony,
like that.
Tony.
Yeah,
Tony Esposito.
Yeah.
You
I
go-
think he's just like
he's the one who
savvy.
opened Engine 9.
Oh,
I think
And
he's
there's
just
Blackhawk jerseys.
Yeah, I
They're
think
a
he's just
Blackhawk
like
bar.
very savvy.
But he opened it. I don't know if he still owns it, but he was one of the founders of it.
So that not the one in St. Pete.
Not Phil, but Tony. No,
Right.
Engine 9, right there by my old apartment, downtown St. Pete.
Yeah, but that's probably a franchise of.
No, that's a
it's
one of
only
a kind.
one of a
That's his
kind.
only?
Yeah.
And what's he
And he's
doing
got a
down-
Blackhawks jersey on the wall frame.
Yeah, there's a lot of Chicago stuff.
Well, what's he
there.
doing down here?
He did that.
Owned the
Dude,
restaurant.
he's had that. He's owned that restaurant for 15 years, dude.
I know.
A long
tell
time.
you
Well,
what,
I knew
man.
it's been there a while.
But I was gonna ask. I was like, what happens if you see God or whatever, if that's what everyone believes in? There's white smoke in the air, so maybe we all do. But you get to
I can't see shit with all the fucking white smoke flying around.
get
I was
up
like,
to heaven.
every time I stand, every time they elect a new pope, it doesn't matter which side. Tonight I went to a different angle. It doesn't matter which side of that fucking pipe or chimney I stand on. It always just blows directly into my fucking face.
So you
man.
go, and you go in and you see a bonfire and you saddle up next to the bonfire and you're like, oh, sure. And then you see Don Cherry, and then you see this dude.
He's 91. He's still alive.
Well, at this time.
He might be the new pope.
And then you see a dude next to him,
No, he's from Chicago.
and he kind of whips his hair, and it's young Steve Jobs. And they're just sitting by a campfire. And it's you, Don Cherry,
I'd be like,
and Steve Jobs.
I'd be like, I think I died, but that doesn't make sense because Don Cherry's not dead.
Now,
yet.
do you think that they would start
Exactly.
arguing? Like all you would
'Cause
have
this
to do
really
is
ain't happening, right?
You're like, wait.
I'm going to wake up any
Let me
time
ask
now.
a question.
I shouldn't have drank that sun tea.
And then you ask a question, and they just go at each other. They would probably go at each other for like the rest of the night.
I mean, just dude, do me a favor, please. I've
Just
watched
write a
it
book.
200 times. Watch that shit. Take your time. It's fucking. You get 6 hours of entertainment. It's a bunch of TV made for movies, basically. But it's Jared Keeso all the fucking way. Getting older, putting on the makeup, doing it, and I mean, it's just great. It's so cool.
Well, I forgot that he mentions Don Cherry in the first episode when he's doing the
First one, they're
bro
both on
dude.
Amazon Prime. If you guys are out there and listening, I'm sorry. Yeah, they do the bro dude thing.
And he's
But-
like, Don Cherry? And I was like, oh, that's a good time. And I was
Yeah.
about to text you. But
Well, like I said, Tyler Johnston plays the younger Don Cherry in that thing, and that was well before Letterkenny. So that had to have been how Jared Keeso met Stewart. You know what I mean? But either way, if you guys are just confused and like, what the hell he's talking about?
I am.
I mean, you guys know who we're talking about now, but where you can watch it is on Amazon Prime. Just go to Amazon Prime. It's Don Cherry story. First one's called Keep Your Head Up, Kid, and it's 2 parts. It's an hour and a half each. And then the second part is called, they used to call him Grapes. That was his nickname. So Wrath of Grapes is what the second part's called, and it's 2 hour-and-a-half episodes. So basically 6 hours of, pure entertainment. His wife that, dealt with a lot of his shit, but was always supportive and just shows how he goes from literally coaching an AHL team to now he's painting houses for $2 an hour for a while, waiting on a phone call from somebody. And then he gets a phone call, and then he goes out, and then all of a sudden he wins Coach of the Year for
Sometimes you
the
have to
AHL, and then
paint
he's
some
got
houses.
Boston Bruins. But then he's off the Bruins, and he coaches the Colorado Rockies for a little while. And then he has no coaching job, and he's just like, someone will call. No one's calling. He starts doing whatever he has to do, and then
Peyton houses again.
and then they ask him.
Peyton or Peyton?
And then they finally ask him on to do some commentary, and then they ask him to be on Hockey Night in Canada, and then it goes from there, and then it goes from there, and then it goes from there, and he had quite a career in just commentary for the NHL. So
Broadcasting, as
yep,
you might
exactly as you might say. So it's kind of a fun story to watch and see. Be like, man, I mean, that's how you just don't know how that shit's gonna go in that business.
Well,
and he goes, when I was young, I prayed to God. I asked him to make me a hockey player. I should have been more specific and asked him to make sure I played for the NHL. And that's like his number one quote.
Yeah, I mean,
Because he went through it, man.
As a professional athlete, golf's got to be really tough.
back in the day, oh yeah.
Well, and even now, I mean, even the ones trying to make the tour that are, or
I saw
maybe
one
even make
dude-
the Corn Ferry tour.
I saw one dude,
That's
like-
got to be a struggle.
He I think it was one of those like amateur like leagues, but he I think has spent like almost close to like 60-80 grand, and I could be lowballing it.
Probably low bar.
Probably low bar.
Sounds low. It sounds
But he's-
American. It
he's-
sounds
he said
American.
that,
That's where we want to get it back to is 68.
In about 6 months, he spent that money, and he's like, and then he won a tournament that like gave it all back, and he like cried. He cried on the green and everything.
Bitch.
And I'm like, look, I've seen
don't-
those
I don't know anything. Yeah.
long putts.
Well, congratulations to the new
nasty
Pope.
putts.
We tip our hats to the new Pope.
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago,
Chicago.
Chi-Town.
Hat to the
The
new
Windy
Pope.
City.
Hello, my darling. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal.
God,
But before we
I
get
would
out of
love to
here,
be at that
just
And
party
they
right
said
now.
they would not elect an American because America's too powerful as it is already. is what I heard too.
Look,
We're getting ties everywhere. We're putting out we're sending anchors into St. Petersburg, right? That's where St. Petersburg, Florida is where the Pope lives.
Mayo told me that he took American Pope on Hard Rock Bet app for like 20,000 plus.
I got a 50-50
No, he
shot.
didn't.
Yeah, he's a millionaire now, actually.
Yeah.
So no one saw it coming.
I tell you what, you saw some of that video footage, and there was just like huge crowds, but then like people, like 20, 30 people stretching out like a flag and just hanging. I'm like, what if I needed a cigarette
Or a
like,
baguette?
That's like 30 minutes. They're just standing there holding
I
this
gotta
flag.
go
Like, I
all
gotta
the
pee,
way.
dude. I gotta pee, dude. Someone take over.
Where's the porta potties?
Yeah,
at?
like I mean,
out of camera.
It's a lot of
That's for
people
sure.
to rely on to be standing there holding that, stretching that fucking flag for 30 minutes, man. But before we get out of here, wrap up the hockey talk.
Ooh, I have a song that's going to be able to tie into, I believe, what his walkout
We'll
song
play it.
is going to be.
We'll
but-
play it
Who's
next
that,
time.
the
We'll
Pope?
play it next time after the break. But real quick, last night,
Yeah.
first game of the
Chicago.
Dallas Stars against the Winnipeg Jets in series number 2. First game. Watch a little bit of that.
How old is this kid?
He's got to be young, man.
Is he a center? What line?
He's got to be first or second line. Probably manipulated. He probably jumps back and forth between the first and second line.
And then
He's a big name. He's a big name.
His position?
He plays for the Dallas Stars. I think he's a center or probably left wing. I can give you one of those. He's definitely forward or an offensive man. This kid Mikko Rantanen for the Dallas Stars. They're playing the
Rantanen. He used to play for New York.
They're
I think New York
they're-
Rangers.
they're,
I think.
they're playing against the Winnipeg Jets, and their first game was last night. This is second round playoffs, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Dad, what was the final score of the Winnipeg Jets Dallas Stars game last night?
4-3.
Close, 2-3, and Dallas won. How many goals did Mikko Rantanen get?
2. 3.
Yep.
That's-
Hat trick and won the game for his fucking team in round 1.
How old is he? Is he a kid?
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I mean, I've heard his name throughout the last 2 years, or at least this past season.
Well, don't
but I
say
feel
he's
like
younger
Tuesday-
than I am.
He's
or
got to
don't-
be like
you don't
22,
say any more
23.
younger than I am because all athletes are younger.
No,
than
yeah,
both
no,
you
like
guys.
you said, he's probably like early 20s.
I
mean-
remember when I was your age and I was like, boy, they look young.
I started watching
They're
Lightning.
younger than you
I
are.
started watching Lightning a lot, like
Well, they're really young.
within the last 5-6 years. I started watching around the league a little bit more within the last 2 years.
Oh yeah, because playoff hockey.
Yeah, and you got to like kind of figure out who your competition is. I learned that fucking real quick.
And you realize,
But this
you
kid,
realize
man.
how old you're getting too, right? When they talk about those players.
So also the Toronto Maple Leafs are up 2-0 against the Florida Panthers in their series. They got an early start, so they're actually 2 games in. You've got Carolina.
Panthers.
Carolina
Arby,
that
go,
is up.
Go Leafs.
Go Leafs. Knock their
I
ass
fucking
out.
hate the Leafs, but I'd rather the
That's
Leafs
the
win than the
Leafs?
Panthers.
We just hate
I'm
those stinking
secret-
Panthers.
I'm secret Leafs
Well,
too.
we just know the Leafs are going to. I'm rooting for the Leafs too, but we just know the Leafs are going to end up choking
you
in the
heard it
third
here
round
first,
anyway.
ladies and gentlemen.
And everyone's saying that the Caps should be beating the Canes, but the Canes have one up for the first round on for the first game on the Caps, and then you have the Oilers Kings series, Vegas
And
Edmonton,
I would
and they're up
encourage
one.
everybody that's
Edmonton
a hockey
is.
fan that likes to attend games.
These are the games to
attend.
watch.
Anybody when the
All you have to do
Maple
is turn
Leafs
your
are-
YouTube TV to ESPN or whatever,
Yeah, and if the
watch a
Maple
game.
Leafs are playing,
TBS.
I would suggest in
TNT
your
too.
city, Dallas, Boston, wherever, go take a game in. Go take a game in. Might be the last time you see a Canadian team in
If
the
you're as
United
fortunate-
States
yeah.
next year.
If you're as fortunate,
Screw you guys.
I mean, to be fair, there's only like 6 Canadian teams, and the other fucking 26 teams are fucking American.
Dude,
What, you
I
got
wonder-
the Edmonton Oilers, Toronto Maple Leafs, Ottawa Senators, Winnipeg Jets,
Quebec.
Calgary Flames, and
Isn't there Quebec something?
Montreal Canadiens. Yep, those are your 6 teams. Those are your 6 Canadian teams. Thank
All
you,
right.
Quebec.
So TBS and TNT, Turner Networks, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder how much
Ted
they
Turner.
paid for what their deal was.
Probably not much.
How much?
Probably
What-
way less
what
than
are you
we'd ever
saying?
get.
I would think. I mean, with all media
What
services
TNT
and
has to
streaming,
pay?
I mean, it probably would be cheaper.
They
but
don't demand. Are you saying they
Turner to buy NHL rights.
Yeah.
Now
it's
Turner
probably
had
they don't get
Turner
the money
had
that-
TNT and he had
Probably bought them
TBS.
for really good money.
Well, nowadays, because what you just said, streaming, it's like.
but they
hey,
only
I'm not
started.
paying
Yeah,
you-
they only started playing on TBS.
I'm not paying
TNT
you when
past
there was
year or
only
two.
ABC, NBC, CBS, TNT. I'm not paying that money.
ESPN's in on a lot of it nowadays. ESPN and ESPN2
and
shows
it's
a lot of
owned
it.
by Paramount, which was owned
just
by
depends
Disney,
on, like,
which was owned by
whatever's
whatever,
more,
right?
yeah.
So
All right, guys, they call us a breeze.
Universal now, right?
Yeah, I think it's Disney still. We'll take a quick little break. We're going to come back with celebrity birthdays. These motherfuckers are tied at 5:40, so we're going to see what happens. We're going to do some damage. Don't go anywhere. Grab yourself a beer. We'll be right back. Bye.
Oh, we are tied.
He's riding his little.
I'm not
That's
going
what
to be
he's
able to have
riding his
any of
little.
that on YouTube. None of that's going to
No,
end up. That's all the
that's when
cutting
he's
room
riding
floor
that
guys.
little thing. What you guys say you're going to get me? When
This
I
is why you guys got to tune in live every
driving
Thursday.
around Sistine,
Flicking ashes across the
St.
front
Peter's,
row.
We just
Basilica.
welcomed in the Pope Breeze style. If you guys were only watching live on YouTube,
And also,
that's why
Pope,
you guys got to watch. You
Hey,
gotta
Pope.
watch.
Hey, Pope, if you're watching it,
If you're watching Pope,
for the two
congratulations.
for the two of you who are watching.
think about it.
Don't forward this to anybody else.
exactly.
Yeah, right. We're gonna get up to heaven. They're
There's
like,
three-
Here comes the
You
mailman.
remember you guys once said that well, he's been doing it for a long time up here, like 20 years.
Here comes the white smoke.
Well, yeah. So they call us the Breeze, guys. It's Bravo, Romeo, Echo, Sierra, sitting here live in the Tiger Cage, episode 198. And
He's a young
here's
one.
the
He
mail.
said
It never fails. It makes me wanna wag my tail, and when it comes, I wanna wail. Mail. La 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 la.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. All right,
The
guys.
young
Yeah.
ones love it.
This one's for May 8th.
He's like,
the year of our
they
Lord
hit us with some
2025.
like after notes. Has that ever happened to you? They're like, Waven's like, yeah, it happened all the time. I don't think
David?
we ever.
Put a little stank
David,
on it.
Yeah, I don't think
A
we
little
ever.
stank on
Are
it.
you sure? 'Cause
Oh man.
it's
I don't. Well, like, what did it sound like? No, they like picked up when I was on the back of the end of the driveway. And went,
Horribly out of tune. Horribly out of tune.
no, that happened to me.
All right, guys.
Damn.
Yeah, damn. Shit.
they like Damon better than me.
Time for celebrity birthdays. What do you guys say? Let's go.
Happy birthday! This is your birthday! Your birthday. Yay! Happy fucking birthday!
There's no birthday party for you here.
All right, so the boys are tied 540 to 540. Ryan got a double bubble and 2 points last week. He was down 4, but Dad got 2 points.
And 2 or 3 weeks ago, he was down 20. Remember?
Yeah, so yeah, he was down about,
I got
down
a
about
hell
12.
of a 2-minute offense, Mike.
I think
All I
about
can
12
say,
12
You're only
points total.
physically allowed to whip your horse 6 times around the track.
And now I will say this list
I
right
bet
here,
he beat his horse 8 or 10 times.
this list right here,
Catch me.
I went through all 80 birthdays. Only one other recognizable birthday got booted off this list for another.
That
But
says
this
beer.
entire list is totally in Dad's wheelhouse. And I didn't do that by design. I'm stuck with what the Lord gives me on May 8th. And it's time for celebrity birthdays, guys.
You
Ryan,
know,
avert your
that's
eyes,
very,
you pervert.
that's
No,
very,
it's
you
true.
actually, you should be thankful.
It's true.
that's very Protestant of you.
All right, here we go. Avert your eyes, you pervert. First birthday we have it for you. His brother died recently within the last 5 years. Hailed one of the greatest guitar players of like 78 through the 80s. Fast as fuck, just innovative as shit. I mean,
Gary Busey.
He did independent work for Michael Jackson and the movie soundtrack for Back to the Future. But his brother played drums for this band, and I mean, he was probably the first dude to bring on like that iconic double kick. And this guy would flip upside down and shit. I mean, they were a powerhouse.
Yeah,
I
dude,
love 'em.
I was there.
And Alex took over for Alex Van Halen. Very happy birthday goes out to Alex Van Halen, drummer for Van Halen. And Ryan, Dad's going to be up first on.
I'll say 78. It's got to be around there.
I'll say he's 78.
I'm not sure if you're allowed to do that.
Oh, we could do
I'm
it.
calling a penalty.
79.
He's actually younger. Dad gets the point. He's 72 today.
I baited him.
All right. This next guy can be your hero, baby. He can take away your pain.
Can he?
He can live like this forever. Yeah, I gave you one too.
He can stand like. Can he hold you in his arms?
His breath,
Augusta Bush.
and he will hold you in his arms.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
There you go. Now I know who you're
I
talking
can
about.
be your hero, baby. Not baby, but baby.
Not Augusta Bush.
You can take
A lot of Augusta Bush.
my
Who's that?
breath
Augustus
away.
Bush.
A lot of
Augustus.
China. All right.
Augustus
Very happy
Bush.
birthday goes out to Enrique Iglesias, which
Missouri.
means Enrique Church in English, I guess. Very happy birthday goes out to Enrique Iglesias. Big Ricky Martin style star that had some hits in like the mid-late 90s.
His dad was a singer that was a big star, right?
Pablo Iglesias?
Enrique Iglesias probably 47.
47?
6.
Oh. He is older. Ryan gets the point. He is 50 today. Happy birthday, Enrique.
I'm thinking his dad.
Joey.
I'm thinking his dad was a recording artist back in the 80s and 90s.
Probably. Yeah. I see. We didn't know that as kids. We just like this guy
You
came
wouldn't have
out
known.
and he
No,
was like,
you would know his son. But it's
And you're like, God,
We're
dude,
like,
I'm
God,
going
it's
to
the
bomb
most
this multiplication test.
song.
well, I
93
might be off,
right
I
now,
might
dude.
be off on this, but I'm close. It was like Helio or Emilio Iglesias or something like that. You remember that?
we should
name?
probably just stop trying to guess because it
Doesn't
might
matter.
get
Move on.
It don't
might
matter.
Let's
get
move
weird.
on. You
All
guys
right.
move on.
Third birthday we have up for
Those
you.
people are a whole ahead of you.
Dad will be up next. They each have a point, so they are tied at 541. This is where it really starts curving into Dad's lane. I mean, just crashing into Dad's car when I say curving into his lane.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a bowling.
This next
reference.
guy, football coach. He coached for the Bears. He coached for the Texans before he basically left the NFL. He now is the head coach of University of Illinois, but he was once our coach, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, former coach. If you're feeling all blank dovey, you might want to smooch up on your lady right now. Very happy birthday goes out to, I would have thought you guys would have answered this by now.
Patrick Duffy.
Lovey Smith,
Oh, yeah.
coach of University of Illinois,
That's
coach for the
true.
Texans, the Bears, and the Bucks.
Yep. Well, he started out here with the Bucks. 'Cause
He ended
was,
with the Texans.
Yep.
He was with the
'Cause,
Bears for like, what, 2 years maybe?
Tony Dungy brought all those guys in.
So Lovey Smith on Dad.
Let's see. He's got to be 67.
I'm going to say 64.
None of you could say 69 for me so I could hit the damn button and play the damn sound.
69.
But Dad gets it. Double bubble, 67. Got
That's all right.
it.
That's okay.
All right. Going with the themes of the Bears and the
Bullshit,
Buccaneers.
you'll take my ground.
Going with the theme of the Bears and the Bucks. This guy's also associated to the Bears and the Bucks. You would know him better nowadays as a lawyer, but he was also on the TV show
Culpepper.
Survivor.
Oh.
And yes, Ryan is correct. He
I-
played for the
Dante
Bucks as a
Culpepper?
defensive tackle from 1994 to 1999 for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
But
Very
you
happy
know who
birthday
we
goes out
got
to the
him
lawyer,
from was Minnesota.
Brad Culpepper.
Brad. All right.
Cool.
Brad.
So if he played for the Bears first, then Minnesota, because when Tony Dungy was the defensive coordinator for Minnesota Vikings,
He's probably 61.
He got hired to be
61, Ryan says.
I'm gonna say 59. I'll just say 59.
He says 59. Dad's closer. He's younger. 56. Brad Culpepper. Last and final birthday we have up for you. I hope Dad knows because, I mean, I don't know this lady's work, but I know her name. And she's getting up there in years. But she was Tennille on Captain and Tennille. A very happy birthday goes out to Tony Tennille.
So
I'm up
first
first.
time, the first time
Dad would
they
be at
came
first.
out with songs, Captain and Tennille, I was in grade school or middle school, and I'm 64. So that's when they were popular. So take the number I just gave.
Well,
you
you're
and-
first.
Oh, I am.
Yep. So just throw one out there and he'll either go over or under.
So she's 92.
94.
Both over.
Oh,
She is
wow.
85 today.
Did you know that? Oh, that was very
However you decide to play the game, I just need the answers. I just
Wow,
need the answers.
that was a good chess move.
However you
I
want to do it.
understood
I
what
don't
you just
care.
did there.
I don't care. So
He's
Dad
just-
definitely took
he's
that
just-
one.
He's just asking the questions, and he's got a girl out there turning the letters.
Yeah, and
so
you're
all
like,
he's-
you know what? I think she's probably 88, but I'm going to go high. I'm going to go 92. That way Ryan's like, oh, well, if he went 92.
It's like Dad's back in the lead, motherfuckers.
Dad's playing me like a fiddle right
Got
now.
a double bubble and everything. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't ask how. I just ask how many. You know what I mean? That's my deal.
That's right. That's all that counts in the NFL.
That's
to
it.
keep your
And the NHL.
keep your job as a head coach.
Exactly.
It ain't how, it's how many.
So,
And it better not be on the L side.
Last week I asked you boys quickly. I briefly touched on it, but I asked you boys to guess who would be escorting me and possibly giving me tickets to the Back to the Future, the musical that came out, or that I watched this past Sunday. And one of you guessed it correct. But went there on Sunday. Straz Center was lovely. The show time was at 1 p.m. It was nice. I am proud to say that I kept my wherewithal enough to drive to the venue and then drive to food at West Shore Mall, which, again, is like getting on the highway again, and then driving from West Shore Mall back to home. I had a couple drinks here and there, but there was enough time lapse where I wasn't just being belligerent. You know, it's a theater day. You got to behave. I wore a nice shirt, too. I wore a button-down shirt with, like, little...
when they hit those two lights in intermission, it doesn't matter if you're in the line to take a piss. It starts right when
it was a lovely afternoon. I had a beer, and then I went over and picked up my friend, and then we drove out to the Straz. And I walked up to the drink cart, and I'm like, let me go ahead and get she's like, I'll have a Prosecco, thank you. And I'm just like, let me go get because I was like, all right, let me get a High Life. And they're like, we're out. And I was like, already? Okay, all right. So,
then I'll have nothing.
I was like, so I'll take a Dos Equis. I was like, also, I'll take a double Jack Rocks, please.
Spalding, you'll have nothing and you'll like it.
I'll have a double Jack Rocks, and had that. And then we get to our seats, and I'll tell you, first half, amazing. The whole show was amazing. It was super cool. I kept wondering, how the fuck is, Back to the Future going to turn themselves into a musical?
On stage.
There was only like 2 times where I was like, oh, come on, we just had a song throughout the whole afternoon. So if that's the if that's the count where you're just like, oh, come on, we just did a song. Can we just get some speaking, going on? And the only complaint I had was that Doc Brown was very high pitched and like almost cartoony compared to Marty, and Marty was like
Did they show the movie on the behind it?
So they didn't show the movie, but
Marty was already burnt out from Taxi.
They had like cool sets and everything like that, and the sets were like on huge circles in the middle of the stage, and it would rotate and it would like change sets, like the lockers and things like that, because they do a lot of it in the high school and everything, and it was really cool. But the only complaint was Doc, and a woman behind us was like, "I've seen this on Broadway. This Doc is not."
Oh, so that
he's just not. And I was like, yeah, I kind of, we kind of felt that way. He's just not, honey.
How was Michael J. Fox?
He was great, dude. And there was 2 times.
What the lady behind you said about him?
I pitch called it to Gabby, because I kept trying, because we whispered to each other a little bit, during the show.
You're like, and here,
everybody else, she's like, shh, shh, shh. And she just had to keep reminding me,
it's the theater.
But I had a pitch clock going down with a hand for every time a random skateboard, a real skateboard, flew across from behind the curtain, and Marty flipped it up and grabbed it, and I was like, it's 2.
Like it not being in sync?
Like someone someone from the side of the curtain, if it was time for him to leave the scene with a skateboard, they'd just shuffle this fucking skateboard out across the street, and it'd be like he'd be on the stage right side, and they'd be on stage left, and they would sail this unmanned skateboard all the way over to him, and he'd clip it up and grab it, like they do. And I was like, he did the first time successfully, and I was like, I wonder how many times he's fucked that up. And then the second time he did it perfectly again, and the third time he did it so I was just keeping a pitch count down under to Gabby. I was like,
oh, I got you. Pitch all right, pitch. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was just like, oh, he nailed it again. Oh, he nailed it. Because that's going to be hard to do.
You're like, and this is crazy. And you're
if you
oh,
do
he
it
just nailed
100
it
times.
Again.
Yeah.
If you can't get it by 95
but you
or
have
97,
to snap
either
it.
you get rid of the actor or you get rid of that scene. And it's like,
Yeah, you get rid of that scene probably is what you do.
what the fuck's wrong,
asking
Frank?
a little.
You can't pick up a skateboard?
Flip up a skateboard.
Well, you hit
like
it
it's
on
coming,
the side of my ankle the first
towards
3
you.
times.
Yeah, I mean that.
Yeah.
And then you hit the tail
Gotta be
right.
quick.
We'll catch it before
it was
it hits your
impressive.
ankle.
That was impressive. And then so intermission happens, and I'm like, all right, I gotta pee, and so I go to the bathroom lines like right out the gate, and they're hella long. I'm like, fuck this, dude. So I go outside and I smoke a cigarette, and I'm like, oh, there's a coffee shop like 2 stores down. I'll just go in there. No bathroom at all. It was built part of like the Straz Theater. It just doesn't have a bathroom. I was like, fuck, are you kidding me? So I walk back in, and she's like, I'll take another Prosecco. And I'm like, okay, I'll grab another beer. Now they're pouring Proseccos in these plastic cups, right? And I get out of the bathroom, I order us a couple drinks, and then I go up to the usher, and I know the show has been started for 3 minutes already. And I'm kind of standing there, and I was like, I was like, I gotta wait till the song's over, right? And he's like, oh yeah. I was like, just like hockey. And he just was like, yep, that's it. And I was like, all right, here we go. And then he's like, and it's just me and him, and he's like, gets radio, and he's like, all right, we're good. And then he ushers me in, and he walks me with the flashlight because it's pitch black in there at this point. My seat is 17 fucking seats from the aisle, and this first lady on the end, I thought she moved her because I can't see shit, dude. And I'm holding a fucking plastic Dixie cup with fucking champagne in it, essentially.
You're looking like Chevy Chase, right?
And I've got my beer, and I'm just like,
Randy Quaid, maybe more.
And I go to start. I thought she moved her legs, and I start going. She goes, "Excuse me, we just wait a second." And I'm like, "Fuck me, dude. This is not happening." Like I wanted to run out of the goddamn theater. I wanted to run, and I was like, "I'm sorry.
I bet you wanted to go back in time.
So she moves, and then people are like standing up, like annoyed as shit, and like. But see, it wasn't just me. Literally, when I went pee, there was like 5 more dudes behind me waiting in line. So it's like those dudes were late
You
too.
look back, it's like, excuse me.
Get more bathrooms. I don't know what to tell you. So I'm walking down, and I mean, 17
Can't
people.
they wait till the
17
intermission,
people,
Frank?
17 people. I'm kicking everybody's shoes. Some people are doing like the half stand up. Some people are doing the full stand up because they know better. Some people are like doing the leg shift but not standing up thing. And I'm just trying to make my way through 17 people. I
Like a
shit you
pinball.
not, dude. I promise you. About 2 separate times, I almost ate ass and fell into the row in front of me. But the only thing was just my balance. Thank God I wasn't like 2 more beers deep. The only thing was like my balance, but they definitely got some Prosecco on them. Like both those times.
Sorry about it.
No, you know it's that.
And I sat down and I was like red in the face, embarrassed. I was like, I want to go. I need to leave. I want to leave. But the rest of it was wonderful.
That poor couple that was on their second date, and they're looking at each other in the eyes during intermission.
God
they're like,
damn.
I thought
They're
you
like,
said this would be
no,
enjoyable,
no.
George.
He's like, babe, I just want to let you know, like, these past 2 dates have been amazing. I really feel that way too. Like, oh god damn it. And you just see you like, excuse me.
I've got both hands up.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
So sorry.
This
Anyways.
ain't a fucking ball game.
It's pitch black.
So I was
and there's
thinking maybe
acting going on.
I was thinking maybe the third date.
But I looked around. There was
What do
2
you
other
want- what
guys
do you
doing
like
the
to
same
eat?
thing I was throughout the theater. So I was like, all right, I'm not the only one right now.
Well, maybe that's why you bumped into some people because you were
Too busy
looking
was
around.
like, that motherfucker got 2 beers.
You're like, wait, this isn't Emily Arena.
Let's go lightning.
Where's
man.
the lights at?
Oh man, yeah. But all in all, very good play. Awesome.
Play.
Or
Oh,
play musical.
Yeah.
It was sick. The DeLorean was to scale, and it was awesome, and it was cool, and they made it fly at the end. And Biff was great. Actually, the mayor, the black mayor, like the black mayor who's like young, and Marty meets him. He's like, "You're gonna be the mayor someday," and he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like mopping up the cafe in the first one, and Marty goes back in time and sees him. And he's like, "Oh, I know you. Yeah, you're gonna be the mayor someday." And he's like, "That sounds pretty good." Mayor. That guy sang very well, and they had like him in like 55 and then him in 85, so he like had to put like the gray beard on and the gray like wig on, and he was the best singer out of all of them. This motherfucker hits this note and holds it way past the music, and he's just looking for crowd reaction, and everyone starts just roaring like, yeah, like he held this note and just went for it.
Well, buddy.
Then he goes like bows and runs off the curtain, and then he comes right back out on stage and just hits the same fucking note again and carries it for another like 15 seconds, and everyone's just laughing and cheering and shit. I mean, that guy had it. I want to get out to the theater more, man.
I was gonna say Rocky Horror is right around the. I think I'm gonna go again this year.
I
It's
would like
fun.
to go see Moulin Rouge. I would like to go finally see Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon's all right.
Come on, man. I mean, consider the source. I'm going to love it no matter what happens. And that's Trey Parker, Matt Stone, South Park creators.
Oh, yeah.
By the way. Out there, Cheryl out there in Listerland.
And you know what? Rocky Horror. Yeah, Rocky Horror.
I'll go out a little more. I need to get it to the theater a little more. I could stand to culture myself a little.
Remy's going to show up smoking a pipe next week. He's
In
going to
a-
be
in a
listening to two different cassettes. He's going to be like Charlie.
With a
He's gonna be-
smoking
With
jacket.
a smoking jacket.
Yep. Yes, just like you have.
Red, trimmed in black.
Little scarf around my neck. Little
Well,
lady on
this
my arm.
is interesting.
A
He's
monocle.
knocking on the wood.
Quite a development. It looks like wood.
What is this?
It seems to be some sort of fabricated rendition of wood. Seems cheap.
No, you've done a lot of... No, I haven't.
No, I haven't
done any
I've
podcast.
Never done any carpentry or anything. Guys, they call us a Breeze. Bravo, Romeo, Echo. Say we're coming back with Mike wants to be a Bre'llionaire. We'll see if he can get all 10 questions correct and make himself a Bre'llionaire. So don't go anywhere. We love you guys. We'll see you in a minute. Bye.
No
Alexa,
problem.
air conditioning on.
Air conditioning on. We missed you too out here in the Tiger Cage.
What was the name of that band?
That is The Cure with the Love Cats.
The Cure.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Robert Smith.
He didn't get out of tune. He's not.
He's
not
specifically
sharp like
emotional.
he's not
specifically emotional and
he
dramatic.
doesn't have Vince Gill's voice, but he.
So, are you
but
gonna
he
hit the
didn't
button and
get
turn
out
your
of
chair?
tune. But the beat and the musicians, I mean,
Well, you remember The Cure back in the 80s.
They were pretty good and not spot on.
Yeah.
I thought. I listened to musicians at first.
Yeah, his whole thing
and then
was
the
just
last
like
few minutes I listened to him and I was like, okay, well, he's not getting out of tune. He
it's
just doesn't have a
dramatic.
great
It's
singing
dramatic.
voice is
It's
all.
dramatic. He just
I could see them being
tries to be.
why they'd
Are
be
you hitting the
successful.
button? Are you turning your chair around?
They get the golden buzzer.
All right.
No, they're not bad. They're good.
Robert
they're
Smith,
good.
you're going to Hollywood according
Yes.
to Dad. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's a Cure with the Love Cats live acoustic version.
Now, how have they been
20
around?
years later. They were
20
they were
years,
80s.
right?
They did
Yeah.
This is Friday.
Has it always been
I'm
that
in
mellow,
love.
or are they a harder band generally, or
Well,
what?
they were
Like
big in the
80s pop,
80s, and it was
kinda,
like
maybe.
80s synth pop. So they did Monday, it's Friday, I'm in love. You remember that
Same-
song?
same kind of beat, though, right? And tempo.
Boys don't cry. And God, what else?
Culture.
It was almost like Culture Club, but not as upbeat. They were more of like the emo, like dark kids, but their music still had like happy melodies to it. But his lyrics were very, and he had like the big hair, and he looked like Edward
he did?
Scissorhand. He looked like Edward Scissorhand.
Oh,
but,
did-
yeah, basically.
Yeah, they
It was like
Did they
boy.
have the
It was
dark
like Boy
eyes?
George stuck his finger in a socket, and then it just became like Robert Smith But he played guitar and he sang, and then they had a bassist, a keyboardist, another guitar player, and a drummer. And
Well, that's fine.
they
if
wrote
he
a
had
lot of good shit.
Face makeup and wild hair because he's like Teresa said, he's just trying to express himself.
That's it. Yeah.
That's what she told me about
Let
that
your
girl
freak
that walks
flag
in the Publix
fly.
with a damn tail bigger than Sam's.
And that's a furry.
like-
Those are called furries, Dad.
Yeah, why?
A person wearing it.
A tail in your Publix? That's cool. Did you
Knocking
get a
over
picture? Get a
bottom.
picture.
You know what?
doesn't wag.
I feel bad for whoever stocked the lower shelves.
Yeah, it's just like all the Jif peanut butter jars are just on
God.
well,
the
you don't
ground.
have to dust
Damn
them
it.
if she walks down the aisle.
Yeah, but if her
If she
tail's
knocks them over.
if she's got like pipe cleaners in
I
that
just set this
motherfucker.
whole aisle. I fronted this.
I don't know.
whole
And
aisle.
somebody should really clean this up because that's dangerous.
I'd get
We
pissed
got to
off.
clean up on aisle 3.
Guys, they call us a breeze, episode
Mom thought I was
198.
hating on her, but
We're going to do a little thing we like to call Mike Wants to Be a Bre'llionaire. I know you guys out there have been waiting for it. You're always waiting for it, and we're running a little late. We're a couple weeks behind. Ladies and gentlemen, America's favorite game show, live here on The Breeze. It's Mike Wants to Be a Bre'llionaire. That's
I
right.
can do it.
He says he can do it, ladies and gentlemen. And how exactly does he do it, you might be asking? Well, Mike's going to get 10 questions. Mike's going to get $100,000 per question. He's going to have 3 lifelines. He can either choose me, he can choose Ryan twice, or he's going to choose me for a 50-50 where I will eliminate 2 wrong answers. He will be left with 1 correct and 1 right answer. But
But
Wrong
I
answer.
would like to trade one of my...
Going back to the new rules that Crosley set us, if he fails a question, he just gets kicked back to 0 and can still win $100,000. So, Mike, how you feeling tonight? You feeling pretty good? You feeling pretty good about it?
Did you get that?
Oh,
Yeah,
he's got it.
I asked him a
He knows.
question. Could I trade one of your...
For a 50-50?
No, for you being one of the questions. Cause
See,
you
I
got
can't
the
do
screen.
it. I can't do
Yeah,
it.
but
He
you said
knows
that
it.
at first.
I did. It was a Freudian slip. But I...
Well, I still want to trade.
Look,
I'm saying
here's what I'm just saying. I'm not a drinker.
I've never had
I
a
can
drink.
honestly say I never had a beer in my life.
I can honestly say, and I'll take this to the Supreme Court
Also,
if I have
Dad,
to.
just start your own goddamn game show if you're gonna be.
Yeah, dude.
All right,
asking
let's
so
go.
many
Let's
Give me
questions,
some.
you
All right,
know?
here we go. First question we have up for you, Mike. The $100,000 question.
He's from Chicago.
What items would you normally use to place a bet? And please listen to all of the answers. What items would you normally place to use a bet in roulette? Is it A, pies, B, chips, C, fish, or D, scallops?
So you're referring to chips as being fish.
Fish and chips.
I mean, yeah, this is a good FCAT worded question.
Yes.
I know. He's trying
Trying
to
to trick
me.
you.
We
Yeah.
have the AP tests going on at school all week.
That's how they do you.
Dad
That's how
knows.
they do you.
Dad
Trying
has
to confuse the
answer.
shit out of
Shit.
you.
Dad has
That's
the
only,
answer.
it can't be that because it's got to be a fish because the other three are fish names.
All right, so what are you going to say, Mike?
I said chips.
You said chips? Final answer?
Oh, wait a minute. Did you say what was the highway patrol
He says
on
chips.
motorcycles?
He's correct, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. It's question number 2. Here we go. A rare occurrence happens once in a what? A blue moon.
Oh, wow.
B, a green sun. C, a purple star. Or D, a pink planet.
Well, I would say probably...
Left off the Alf voice.
I did.
Dang. Well, I mean,
But since Mailman doesn't celebrate a pink planet, I'm gonna say it's a blue moon.
I say once in a blue moon.
Have
A.
you ever heard the song from Elvis Presley? Hey Willie, it's a
He
great
is correct, ladies and gentlemen. Blue moon.
Song.
It
Shut me up, I
is.
get you.
All right, here we go. The actor Arnold Schwarzenegger had a previous career as what? A trapeze artist. B,
Nah, he's too tall for that.
a bodybuilder. C, a speech therapist.
yeah.
I wanted to say it like
I want you to speak like this.
It's called window. It's called window.
It's a window. Open
It's
the
called
window.
Open the window. Say it after me. Open the window. Oh, very good. Or D, ballet dancer. Which one was he? A trapeze artist, a bodybuilder, a speech therapist,
He
or
might
a
have
ballet?
been a
He was
bodybuilder
a
from
ballet
Austria.
dancer.
He was kind of puny, though. Final answer? All right, he gets it,
Wait,
ladies and
wait,
gentlemen.
wait. Maybe he was a speech therapist.
He gets it. All right. Next
Welcome.
question.
My
Fourth
name
question.
is Arnold Schwarzenegger, but
And
you can
today
call
I'm
me
going to
Arnold.
today
We're
I'm
going to
going to-
work.
These
How
are how
do
to
you
say.
say your last name? How did you just say
We're
your
going
last
to
name?
work on all the things that you need to.
Today letter is going to be L. So
Ow.
everyone focus on L.
L.
All right, let's go.
L.
Next question.
L. Yeah, I know.
What should you do with a didgeridoo?
The what?
What should you do with a didgeridoo? Do you drink it, spend it, eat it, or play it?
What
do you do with a
did-
didgeridoo?
A didgeridoo?
A didgeridoo. Do you drink
Oh.
it, spend it, eat it, or play it?
Oh, that's English, I'm sure.
It's Australian.
Yeah, mate.
I know Ryan has no clue.
Oh, I got maybe a little tiny clue.
That, you think?
What should you do
Okay,
with a
I'll use
didgeridoo?
this. You better.
All right, Ryan, what do you say? It's a big long tube that you blow into, so you would indeed
You just
play
blow a bunch of
it.
air and it circulates down this whole. It's almost similar to like the
It looks like a huge bong that
What's-
somebody
what's
would
the-
have to light for you.
Like
The
you're
people
on
that
top
yodel.
of a mountain calling your sheep.
like
Sorta, kinda.
it looks like the
and,
the thing that the yodels would use, right?
All
Mary,
right.
or not Mary Poppins, but the other
Ryan
one.
Also,
one of Ryan's
Sounds
two
of music.
lifelines.
life
are gone.
hack: you can go to Home Depot and you can buy PVC pipe that's probably
And I
6
can make
feet
one?
long.
Probably
and
make one. Well, you got to get like
That's all you
it's
need.
got to be about that grade.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. What
Okay.
does the letter S stand for in the abbreviation for VHS? Is it A, syndication, B, system, C, synchronization, or D, standard?
I'd say A and D are out. You don't know, do you, Ryan?
Syndication,
No,
system,
it's not syndication.
system, synchronization, or standard?
It's one of those two
I know
because
what-
of
I
how
know
the
what
tape
it is.
moves, probably. So it's either system or synchronization, I'll bet.
Think
I'll
about
bet
the
it
first
is.
two initials, Mike.
Visual, human.
That's what I would have said.
Synchronization.
0 for
It's
2.
a visual
Zero.
human synchronization.
Oh, no, it was like
I don't
visual.
know. What was the first A and B? D?
So, synchronization, system, syndication, or standard. Or sorry, syndication, system, synchronization, or standard. You're right on B or C, man. Come on.
What?
You're right on B or C. Don't make me 50-50 it.
Because there would be no one left
Say,
to give you the
I'll say
answer.
synchronization.
Oh, it's video home system.
Okay.
God,
God damn it, Michael.
God damn it, Mike.
Mike is
All
a,
right,
it's a
starting back
video
in
system now.
Starting
you gotta,
back at
you gotta know what this is,
$1,000.
nerd.
Here he is. Which day of the week was named for the Norse god of thunder? Was it A, Saturday, B, Thursday, C, Wednesday, or D, Monday? Which day of the week was named after the Norse god of thunder?
I think they play on Thursday,
Was it
right?
A, Saturday, B, Thursday, C, Wednesday, or D, Monday? What do you think, Mike?
Oh, I read it as Chuck Norris plays for the God of Thunder on what days?
Saturday, Thursday, Wednesday, or Monday? Norse god of thunder.
Thursday.
Final answer, Mike? How apropos. Thursday.
Well, that's the only thing. Thursday.
Thunder. That was my
or
guess.
whatever.
That's how I did
Yeah,
it.
that
seemed
last
like-
little
That's
bit
how
of
I
that
found out.
day.
All right, here we go.
I mean, Wednesday and
Day.
Monday and Saturday. I mean, fuck, he's playing golf on Saturday.
By what collective name are the British Prime Minister and senior ministers known? Is it A, the cabinet, B, the war chest, C, the dresser, or D, the wardrobe?
Seems to me like you're outfitting a new wing in your house there.
Say it again. The answers.
Cabinet, war
Nah,
chest,
that's ours. And that,
cabinet, war chest, dresser, or wardrobe?
it's either B or C, I'm sure. Is it dresser or war chest? I doubt war chest would sound like to me like being boastful. Let's say C.
C, the dresser. Final answer? The cabinet.
Really?
All those three were dumb plays on a form of a cabinet, so you should have been cued into that. But
I'm not from England, so
here we go. We're going to roll on still. Back to
The dresser
$100,000.
sound right. That's what I was going to go with. Like I dress
Which
you as
country do you think boasts the Burgundy wine region? Is it A, Hungary, B, Italy, C, France, or D, Spain?
Los Angeles. Ron
good
Burgundy.
answer.
Saints Diego. Which country boasts the Burgundy wine region? Is it Hungary, Italy, France, or Spain? You can use Ryan, and you
I'll
can
say
use
Italy.
a 50-50.
It's a reddish dark wine, Burgundy, right? So I'd say Italy.
Italy, final answer?
Yeah.
France, right?
It's just going to keep rolling
God
backwards,
damn.
ladies and
All
gentlemen.
right, Ryan gets to answer the rest.
Next question. Got to think about two left for you here.
You have me for a lifeline if you need it.
About 60% of Australia's population is located in which corner of the country? Is it in the northwest? Is it in the southeast? Is it in the southwest? or is it in the northeast?
Sorry, I'm gonna need you to read that question again in an Australian accent.
Well, like, fact, like, about 60% of Australia's population is located in which corner of the country, mate? Is it like fucking A, like northwest? It could be like B southeast. It might be southwest, or like northeast, right?
I think it's gonna be
Perth. Perth is
Think
in
about
northwest.
Perth,
I mean,
and,
I'd
like
go with that.
Melbourne,
And what's her name?
Melbourne, and like fucking Perth and shit.
I think it would be like probably like D, like northeast, right?
At northwest, I'd say.
You're both fucking wrong. It's fucking southeast, mate. Final question. Harder still.
What was exactly?
This one's for Dad here. Maybe
It's
Dad.
in the ocean, I know. But
I wasn't alive yet. I was like 3 years my junior, I guess you could say. I was still in Dad's balls here. On April 2nd, 1982.
until that alligator bit him.
On April 2nd, 1982.
Under the water 3 times.
You going to listen or you going to fucking talk, mate? Because don't make me repeat it. All right. On April 2nd, 1982, Argentinian forces invaded
That's
which
easy for
of
you
the
to
following? On April 2nd, 1982, Argentinian forces invaded which of the following? The Galapagos Islands, the Balearic Islands, the Orkney Islands, or the Falkland Islands?
Oh, I was going to say the Canary Islands, but I know Falkland Islands because Ronald Reagan was in, and Ronald Reagan and Colonel North had no recollection of anything.
They're partying on Falkland Island.
Well,
That's what it sounds like to me.
Well,
Some poor assholes on Faulkner Island, like next door. He's like,
I
where
thought you
is
said
everybody, dude?
He gets a
You're on
Falcon.
Faulkner Island,
he
dude.
gets a text message. It's
I
like,
said,
"Are
"Oh,
you on
over that way."
Faulkner Island?" He's like, "God damn it!"
God
God
damn it.
damn it.
Well, my boat already left. Can somebody come pick me up?
Smacks the captain
No,
on the back of the
dog.
head.
Yeah, we'll be there in 10.
Yeah, we'll be there in 10. Dude, Mike thinks we're going to pick him up.
You know Faulkner Island. He's a dumb dick.
We've got enough U.S. Army helicopters over here.
What
We'll
do you
send
say,
one
Mike?
over to
Finally
get
hit today.
you. Yeah.
Falkland Islands? Yeah, you got it, ladies and gentlemen. Falkland Islands. So you only ended up with like, what,
I don't think that actually
$200,000?
happened. Ronald Reagan has no recollection of it.
I'm sure he doesn't, man.
Or
Guys, this was
Oliver.
Mike Wants to Be a Bre'llionaire. Segment 3 of They Call Us the Breeze, episode 198. We're going to take a quick little break. We'll be right back with more talk and our final segment of the night. So don't go anywhere. And for every one of you out there that's listening, there's 1,000 of you that aren't. We will see you guys in the next segment. Bye-bye.
Amazing how we can stay in
Fuck
tune.
you. We're going back into it.
You can say anything you like.
That's before my day. That's
Those guys are pretty
1982.
good. I mean, they're in
1982.
tune.
I think. The Tubes.
I
That
don't-
is the
the
Tubes.
Tubes.
1982 with She's a Beauty.
How many top 40 hits did they have? I
Maybe
mean, were
that
they-
one.
Oh, really?
Like,
that was not bad. I mean,
but you talk about like one of those 80s bands that just had like probably one or
hit
two
wonders.
hits, you know, and that was it, man. I mean, everyone
Come
liked
on, can't you write any more
everyone
songs?
liked that song.
I'm not Glenn Fry or Don Henley. Give me a break.
And they put drums forward in that one, which I'm kind of like, you know, that was they were really pumping the drums.
You imagine cruising
Oh,
down-
you got the top down
up
on the
in
Sebring
Bellbrook,
on the
Bellbrook,
1982
Ohio, just
Sebring convertible. Did they have Sebring
Chris
convertibles? for it?
Smith passes you, waves out of his convertible.
Listen to the
Throws a
dead.
Miller Lite tall boy in your fucking car.
the empty one. And then
Hits you in the face,
Start
nerd.
laughing.
Peels off, fucking.
with that grin on his face, like when he was running Joe into the side.
And then he proceeds to run his car directly into the garage door.
Fuck! Because he's looking back to see if you're behind him.
But he's got like a popped jean collar and he's wearing a jean jacket. And he's got like fucking shades on. He's just his hair's blowing in the wind. Fucking nerd, and he throws out a fucking Miller Lite
On
can.
barrel, like two houses
doors
down.
from-
Yeah, 2 houses down. He throws
Hey, you
it
just
at him.
threw that out and
It
landed in
goes
that
to-
car behind
Joel's
him.
like, go pick up that goddamn beer can.
He
What
goes,
beer
"That-
can?
that's
And what
okay.
happened
It's
to my
right
fucking
there.
garage
That-
door, you
that-
motherfucker?
Those are my cousins. It just landed in their car. They're following me. And then he looks back, and that's when he hit Joel's garage door.
That's they call us the breeze, guys.
And
I tell you.
then that's when all that shit hits the fan.
So mom got Arby's for us. Thank you, mom. because
Mom.
I'm going to
Thanks,
eat
Mom.
an Arby or two after the show. I can't eat before the show. We proved that 2 weeks ago when I ate all that Burger King. I couldn't even breathe. So that's just like, it's not safe for me.
Everything good comes in moderation, my friend.
You just can't eat before a pod, in my opinion, you know. And that's just for me. Everybody's different. Everybody's built different. We're all.
Yes, we are.
There's many colors of the homo rainbow. Don't be afraid to let your colors shine, shine, shine. But mom,
Red, white, and blue, baby.
Mom got them Arby's, and I will tell you right now, I'm fair and balanced, okay? And what do I do pretty much every week here on They Call Us the Breeze? I give
Drink
you some
beer.
sort of fast food review,
Drink
right?
beer.
I give you. I talk about whatever new sandwich is coming out, whatever new sandwich is doing in the fast food market. You know, I wouldn't brand it as like Remy's Fast Food Corner or anything like that. It's not like an official segment, but if I have news, I'm gonna bring you in on it.
Let's just say every quarter when there's earnings week on Wall Street, he knows exactly what's going on in the fast food
and which stocks to buy.
and nothing else.
I will say, I've been pretty nice to all the reviews I've given on generally, right? New chicken sandwich from Wendy's, I talk about it. It's badass. This sandwich from Culver's, that was badass. The Taco Bell, Cantonese tacos, love those. I usually am pretty fair on my reviews, but I don't want everybody out there in listener land to think that I'm just like, you know, all full of flowers and roses and cotton candy for all these guys, because I went to Arby's on Tuesday and had something that was new and advertised. And I specifically went there because I saw the ad on my Facebooks, because they know that I do the reviews of the fast food. Mm-hmm. So they're pitching me, you know, like inspiration. They come out with two different sandwiches at Arby's. They have a quarter pounder pulled pork sandwich and a quarter pounder sliced brisket sandwich, and both of them have pickles on them, and that's it. And I'm like, I don't have to modify it and say no coleslaw or nothing. This is perfect.
That's not up there.
Now they have
Wheelhouse.
partnered up with Cedric the Entertainer and Anthony Edwards to make because apparently the two of them, black actors, if you guys don't know them, go out there,
I
watch
know,
Barbershop.
the first one.
Anthony Edwards and Seth are both in Barbershop 1. They have started a barbecue sauce company, and there's two different sauces. There's the sweet one, it's Sweet Seth or whatever, and then Anthony's got a spicy one. And I go, okay, you know what?
I'm going to try it.
This brings me back to the lord of pulling up on a non-Monday to Smokin' Jay's and ordering a brisket sandwich and asking for 2 cups of their spicy barbecue sauce to go, and then only thing on there is pickles and the pulled brisket. I was like, or the sliced brisket. This might be awesome. I go in there, I get it, and they're like, I was like, can I get the brisket one, not the pulled pork? And they go, yes, but just to let you know, we're out of the spicy barbecue sauce right now. I'm like, this shit came out yesterday, man. Like, it's only been in the stores for a day. You only have the sweet barbecue.
Wow.
And I was almost like, yeah, this is a sign. I should just order a couple Arby's and get some horsey sauce and some Arby sauce and just go from there. But I was like, yeah, you know what? It's said, Nita, get the kids. You know, it's said, Nita, get the kid. Nita, get the kid. I was like, I'll try his sweet version. So that way I can, you know, I'm going to have to try it eventually. If I love the spicy one, I'm going to want to try the sweet. This sandwich comes out, I swear to God, they advertise it being a quarter pound. It is not a quarter pound. It is just the size of a regular roast beef sandwich. It's $8 just for the sandwich. Has a couple pickles on it. And the brisket itself, it's sliced and fatty as hell, but it's 3 different colors. It's brown, it's gray, and pink. Just different strips of brisket. And I'm like, well, I don't know which end's the ass or which end's the throat. I can't figure out what's going on here. I pile it all on. I try to fold it into like an eatable sandwich. I pour this they give you this packet of this, it's a black packet, no pun intended, and it said sweet sauce, and it's like the Taco Bell sauce packet that you get in the dinner kit, and I'm like, what am I going to do with all this?
Oh, you have to put it on yourself?
And you got to put it on, and you put it on, and it's just, dude, all my hands, my fingers, everything, and I'm sitting in the car, but I eat with a napkin on my lap, and I listen to the radio. I sit in the car, and my hands
for
are
all you listeners out
completely-
there, he doesn't eat like a savage. He puts a napkin on his lap.
My mustache, my beard, both of my hands, all fingers, every extremity upper body is just covered in barbecue sauce. Thankfully, except for my work uniform,
It's a good
which
thing you
I'm
didn't
currently
get in a
wearing.
car
You
accident.
don't bring a 5-gallon.
Oh no, I
bucket
sit
of,
there in the
hot
parking lot.
water
I sit
with,
there in the parking
Dove
lot listening to
soap in
radio.
it.
And this was just, it was the most disappointing brisket sandwich I've ever had in my entire life. Like, I've had better brisket sandwiches at seafood restaurants. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, that's a very great public service announcement.
so you know, I always lend a nod when a nod needs a nod about my fast food sandwiches, but it's time to be fair and balanced. And if I come across a bad review and I want to save you guys $9 out there, just stick with the basics at Arby's. You know.
Let me ask you a question. Did you watch?
Arby's Reuben slaps, by the way.
Would you
That's
watch?
another one.
Did you watch any Barbershop 1, 2, and or 3?
Not
Leading into it.
Nope. I had no preconceived they're awesome. And the sauce was good. The sweet sauce was good. It was just all over me because it was slipping. It was slipping off of dry brisket that could. It was slipping off of dry brisket that couldn't hold the sauce, and the brisket was just it was terrible. So you know, you live, you learn. In the words of Alanis
So,
Morissette.
are you going to go back and try the
Absolutely
spicy?
Try to get the spicy with a pulled pork sandwich, and I'll let you guys know how that one
Check
goes.
back in with us, please.
I will.
Ollie, what's the rain? What's the weather look like today?
Yeah,
It's not going to rain till Sunday.
it's gonna rain. Thanks, Ollie.
Sunday, Monday.
Well, guys, they call us The Breeze, episode 198, which means we are only 2 episodes away from episode 200. Let's clap her in, boys. Come on, come on. Now, it's not our 4-year anniversary. Our 4-year anniversary will be episode 209 because 52 times 4, idiot, plus the pilot. So episode 209 will be our 4-year anniversary, and we love that for us. But
Hey, Mike, you get out on get out on the 200, right? You get out back to your family.
Yeah.
Good behavior, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, 200, you get.
Hey, man, I've been waxing.
How
them
long you been
floors
here? 200.
Like 2.
I saw him. He was folding linen. He was making license plates. He's been doing
whatever I
everything he
can.
can.
Hey,
man.
if I
They
give
took
you a
the
note-
license plate thing away.
If I give you a note, will you give it to my family when you get on the outside?
Honestly, the guards
I
are
will.
like, we're going to give him like
I sure
3
will.
months good behavior because we just can't talk about his sons, and they call us The Breeze every single time he walks past us, man. Like, he's going to keep bringing it up. We got to get him out of here.
Yeah.
He's getting on our nerves.
This cornbread's a little dry.
He talks a lot. He's
Now,
like,
you know how
let's
to
just
get
get
your
him out of here,
cornbread
man.
moist. You listen to The Breeze, and they'll tell you to
right.
sprinkle a little
Dad's
bit
like, you know what?
of
I kind of
butter,
like it in
melted
here, actually.
butter on there.
And put a little jalapeno in it, too. Don't be a wuss.
Yeah.
Come on,
let's
jalapeno
put some
cornbread's
spice
is
on
Dad,
it.
you'd probably thrive in jail,
I
even
think-
prison.
They,
he-
eat,
every-
they eat their
he
cornbread
would
with
kinda
a
be
little
like the
cayenne
Godfather.
pepper in
Yeah,
Louisiana.
he would just be like, well, like
They eat
I
that-
said.
They eat their cornbread in Louisiana with the cayenne pepper in there all the time.
That's exactly right.
And I was like, Teresa, was I sleeping? Oh, Mike, you fucking.
So we're about to do episode 200, but we're not going to do it from Dad's jail cell, hopefully.
Oh.
Hopefully. Where we're going to do it,
We'll
guys.
figure
I
it
do
out.
get to change shirts, right?
We're happy to announce that episode 200, if you guys are out there in listener land and you guys are free on Thursdays and you're watching us live on YouTube, Tiger Cage Media is our channel. Subscribe and ring that little bell for notifications.
Ding, 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 ding,
that way
ding.
you know when we come on live, usually every 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays. We're going to do episode 199 right here from yours truly, the Tiger Cage, like we always do. But the week following, we have episode 200, and that means something to me. And like we said last episode, we went to a bar, we kind of scouted it out,
On location.
and we were like, it's probably the closest, one of the closest bars to here, not the absolute closest, but one of the closest bars to here. A little dive and nice
And
vibes.
special ops over at McDill's making us keep it secret for right now.
Yep.
And we no, I'm not gonna keep it secret because we're gonna tell the audience that way. If they would like to come out and see us, they can come out and see us. We are going to host episode 200 live from a place called Tiki Tim's. You guys, it's episode 200 if they call us The Breeze. We've scouted it out. There's a side room. There's a big high top table. We're gonna go for the first time. I mean, we did do honeymooners for our 1-year anniversary. I remember we did that.
Yeah, all the
And we went
did
to
the,
Bartow and we set up
karaoke.
over there.
No,
and-
it was Plant City. You said.
No, it's Bartow. And you just keep coming up with Plain City for some reason. But it's Bartow, and we did the karaoke contest, but we were not there for the karaoke contest, except for the grand finale. And we radioed in during the qualifying rounds.
We did.
But then on our 1 or 2 year anniversary, that was a Freudian slip.
That's why Wally Woods won. Cause
So we went over there and we did.
Cheeto.
And it's been a long time since the Breeze have actually taken this show on the road, and we are literally going to be at Tiki Tim's. It's here in the Jungle Prada area, right around 9th Avenue, and I would say like 73rd Street or something like that. Yeah. So if any of you guys out there in listener land would like to come join us and hang out, come out, have some beers with us. We're going to be there. We're going to be walking around in between breaks, maybe striking up conversations with patrons, maybe seeing if they want to come on live.
I can invite my friend Mike.
But one thing that will happen, if you guys want to take $100 of my money, I'm putting it up for stakes right now. We are going to do a Who Wants to Be a Bre'llionaire live at Tiki Tim's. I am bringing $10 bills. You will get a $10 bill for every question answered correctly. But we're going to do it in the Bre'llionaire or the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style rules.
Don't count on it.
To where every 2 or 3 questions, you get that money regardless.
Ask Joe and Chuck. I get two
but
witnesses.
No, I'm dead ass serious.
2 witnesses.
Dad, I'm trying to plug this for people out there listening. If you guys want to take $100 off my back, I'm bringing $10 bills, and you guys will get $10 per question. I will have it set up to where every 2 questions you get correct, you get locked in at least $20. If you fuck up and fail and you answer the question incorrectly, you'll at least get $20 as you leave. We're going to do it at 40. We're going to do it at 60. We're going to do it at 80. And then we're going to do it at 100. We'll see if you guys can get out there. And that's going to be only one special guest gets to play that game. But we also encourage you guys to come out because, I mean, if we're bored and you've got a good story to tell or a good couple jokes, we're going to have you on. So tell your friends. And it's going to be fun. Tiki Tim's, that's right around 9th Avenue and around 73rd Street.
Right next to the Azalea Food Mart.
Right next to the Azalea Food Mart in St. Petersburg, Florida. So come one, come all. We're going to go live at 2 p.m. on Thursday, May the 22nd for our 200th episode. So tell your friends, guys.
Oh, there's also a very interactive face display at Azalea Food Market, too. So
yes, if you'd like to go next door to Azalea Food Mart, you can have your picture taken behind the mariachi player and holding the Corona and a guitar and toca la guitarra, like we said last week.
Coronas.
And I mean, it's just going to be a fun day. All the kids are going to be out taking photos behind the mariachi. Mm-hmm. We're going to have balloon animals for the kids. We've got a bounce house.
We have a clown.
Yep. Dad's going to paint. Dad's going to paint faces. Dad's going to paint OHIO on every kid that comes and sits in his stool. And
or
it's
at
going to
least
be.
I'll put a Buckeye.
It's going to be a truly wonder.
They'll think it's weed.
A true wonder of nature.
Should we reach out to the mayor about this just in case?
I think Jane Castor needs to know about it before it gets. Oh, she's Tampa. Never mind.
Tampa.
Yep. Who's our mayor?
Ken
I don't
Welch.
even know. Ken Welch.
I think his name is.
I don't fucking know.
I think it's.
He owns a grape company.
Never mind.
One of the best grape companies.
Guys, they call us the Breeze. So, yeah, we'll be here next week, but the week after, we'll be there. So, tell your friends. For every one of you out there that's listening, there's 1,000 that aren't. And we love you. We will see you guys next week for episode 199, everybody.
Yeah, study up for that.
Good night, everyone.
Friday test.
Bye-bye. Happy Mother's Day out there to all you mothers. We love you.